Hey, good morning, everybody. Head Cannon here. So just wanted to do, hopefully this probably won't be a quick video, but hopefully it'll be short enough. Just a random rant video today. So I woke up this morning checking the Wild West at his Facebook and came across this this complaint. And, and I'll get into it. I'll show it here in a minute. So there's this weird thing, and the reason why I don't like arguing on Facebook is one is people they take things out of context. They there's no room for nuance or or context at all. It's either you know they just like find something they throw back out at you, and they completely ignore a lot of stuff around it. And this is a criticism that was leveled out of a brand, and I'm a big fan of this brand. But it's and I'll show you just here in a second what it is. But what times we've lost this ability to context, and also thinking, and also our memories have become so short term that we just look at it now. And so what folks will do is you'll have a criticism of something, a brand, a product, idea, thought, whatever, and you will stack up a list of complaints against it. And then what somebody will do is they will go back in and they will find one thing that somebody said or somebody did, and pull that out, and where they supported it or didn't support it or what have you, and they'll use that one thing to go, okay, you're a hypocrite because you said this, and or you did this, or at one time this. So therefore, therefore, every other argument, the other 100 arguments you had, are now invalid because of this one time you agreed or disagreed, or you said this or do that. There's a term for it. I can't remember what the term is right off the top of my head for this kind of argument, but it's wrong. So what is? So I'm over on Facebook, and a post from it's a page called Legions of Valaverse. It was originally supposed to be a fan page for those of us that like Valaverse. And again, I love Valaverse. I've spent a lot of money on Valaverse, more money than I should have. So it's a Valaverse as well. But there's just back and forth between fans of Valaverse and fans of Hasbro's classified line, which I collect a lot of classifieds as well. I've done some videos on it and talked about it. I was old school, G.I. Joe back from when I was a kid, so they've got me. Even though I have problems with their line, I still buy the stuff. All right. So this was the thing. So one of it is so here's the accusation that was leveled this morning. I didn't include the guy's name in it because I'm not bringing that in. If he sees this video and wants to comment on this, go ahead and comment on it. I don't care. But what is this? This is the video. So recently, Valaverse released a figure called Atlas, and he's a big boy and he's a shotgunner. I love shotguns. I'm a big shotgun fan. And so this is a picture of the shotgun that he came with. It's an auto-loading shotgun. So this guy goes incredibly, for all the criticism Bobby dishes out to Hasbro. The auto shotgun is an SGR-12, an airsoft gun, but there is no actual weapon with that designation, or that it looks just like it, or that looks just like the SGR-12. So Atlas came with a toy gun. So what happened is, in the beginning of Hasbro Classifieds, the Classified series, they did a lot of the original line. At the very beginning, they did a lot of guns. So giving them real world guns for a real American hero. They gave them space guns, blasters, things like that. And actually, one of them I'm going to show you here in a minute. Actually, they copied a Nerf gun and gave him his main gun. So the Hasbro did all this, and so that was kind of one of the criticisms when Valaverse launched their line. They're like, well, we're doing real weapons. And so if you look at I don't remember how, there's like well over 50 variants of weapons that they've got, and they've all basically been based on real world weapons. We have Bear 50 cals, Glocks, the Rhino pistol, Scars, AKs, M4s, all kinds of realistic weapons. And that's kind of been the thing that, we're going to give them realistic weapons. So now, so out of all these weapons that they produced one like I've seen some people defend this gun that says based off a Saiga 12, which I know what a Saiga 12 looks like, and it doesn't look like this gun. And as far as I can tell, this was a gun that was developed for airsoft. She used little pellets, so okay, that's fine. But this thing looks like it could be based on a real shotgun. So the realism there. So, but I get kind of the accusation is like he's been. We have all these examples of Hasbro using space guns, ray guns, and Nerf guns for the figures, and Bobby's priding himself on having real weapons, realistic weapons. So the argument becomes the fact that this one time out of all the guns made, they use a gun based off of airsoft, which is they shoot the plastic pellets, they'll shoot guns. So therefore, all the criticism of Hasbro is now invalid. That is a dumb argument, and it's used by people that don't think. And plus, like you said, there's a lot more to this criticism than whether toy guns are used or not. And so here's where the most egregious example of this is. This is Atlas. This is the boy Atlas. This is really cool gun. I've switched it out with the I took the black one and I switched out with the desert tan one that came in the weapons pack. It looks much better with this figure. And this is the Beachhead from Hasbro from the Pursuit Cobra Island exclusive. And of course, this is this is it is literally based off a Nerf gun. It's called the Vector. And I can't remember which Vector it is, but shot a little disc. So this is like the most egregious example of it. Now, the problem with this classified at the time is that this is like the only example of an actual Nerf gun that I could find that they used in the classified line. They based a weapon off of in the classified line. The rest of them were all like original, but like they were like you tell they're like laser guns, or they were regular guns that had different add-ons to make it try to like not make it like any identifiable real world weapon. And that was the problem. Is Hasbro didn't want to look things look like a real world weapon. And so the kind of reason, well, why did they do that? Why was so big? And so why did Hasbro do this? So did they do it to move the brand not only to the present, but to move it towards the future? One of the some people criticize the classified line for holding too much to the nostalgia part of it. I'm one that I would kind of prefer that the classified lines basically just become 1/12 scale versions of the 3 3/4 inch. I love those. That's why I love the retro card line. But I get that too. But it's also a brand that kind of needs a little updating when and refreshing. So did Hasbro do this? Moved away. Didn't want to use realistic guns as a way to move the brand forward and point towards the future. Well, no, that's not it. That's not why they did that. So did they do it to bring some synergy between two of their most popular brands? Now, to me, this would make great sense. Why not take G.I. Joe? Even though they hate Hasbro hates G.I. Joe. They don't like war toys. They've said it before. This is a well-known thing. This is why there's just all kinds of stuff. So it's been covered before. So, but why not take G.I. Joe, one of your well-known brands, and Nerf, which, oh my gosh, I've got boys, and I love having boys because that means I got to get a lot of Nerf guns. It is just so amazing. I love the far out designs are great. So why not take these two popular brands that you have and bring that corporate synergy together and combine them? But again, that was not the reason why they did it. The reason why they did it, and it's like you could have even said these things, we'd have believed you. Here's the reason why. The reason why they did it: they were afraid to show real world guns because they're icky, and they could not even refer to them as guns, but as blasters. This is, I mean, you saw it in interviews they did. You see them trip over saying the word gun and substitute blasters because that's where they were told to say that you couldn't say gun, couldn't say the G word. So we're going to refer to them as blasters because they look like blasters. Because it's things like there weren't any other guns that I could tell that were based off of Nerf products. It was mostly based off of, laser gun type of deal, because that's kind of the whole cartoon thing, because they didn't want to show that. So the thing is that this gun being based off of an airsoft gun, and airsoft prides itself on trying to be as realistic as possible. That's the thing about airsoft, is they want it to be as close to realism as possible. So, say for whatever reason, the guy, whoever designed this weapon, they didn't do their due diligence and research on it. Say, hey, this is cool. Hey, this looks like a real world weapon. Let's include it in the line. That's because for it's only happened once. One when something like this happened, that's called once is a fluke. If you find a second one that's similar, then that's what we call a trend. Then after the second one, it becomes that becomes a problem. So to me, this is just a fluke. This is a really cool gun. I can see actually somebody manufacturing it. It almost kind of looks like some of the Kel-Tec stuff they do, even though that would have been cool. But to me, this isn't proof that Vala or Bobby Vala is a hypocrite. This is just, like I said, this looks like a real world gun to me, a real world shotgun. And that should be okay. So just even if it was based on, the criticism wasn't based on space guns. It was based on Hasbro's unwillingness to do real world weapons because they were afraid of the masses of folks. They had a fear that wasn't some Karen, or what we used to call in the Marine Corps Mothers of America, would get all upset that the war toy was carrying real world guns. It was going to encourage people to shoot them up as well. And that's where the criticism was of the guns that Hasbro chooses and still chooses to use versus what Valaverse was producing. So to the original poster of the thing, sorry, it's not hypocrisy. You didn't get them. This wasn't the great takedown. It's just you got to argue better. You got to come with more evidence. Just because something happens once doesn't invalidate everything that comes before it. So with that, like I said, I just want to do a quick rant on this. Again, do all the YouTube things like subscribe. If I'm wrong, hey, comment. I don't delete comments. Sure, we're wrong. Tell me what you think about this. Is this hypocrisy? Or just somebody trying to get attention? And with that, I will catch you later.